An introduction to estimates, waste, and playtime. Within the agile community, there are a number of conversations taking place tied to the counterproductive nature of estimates. Within the business world, the word estimate is equated as being a promise. In a previous life, I was a product owner and had my own development team. I would make a request to them based on the information I had, and they would give me their estimate. Their standard answer was something like 2 to 4 weeks. I would then take the highest estimate and add a week or two on top of it, knowing full well that the date I gave is what the customer would expect. Estimate equals expectation. The fact is that you thought you covered all the requirements before submission, but alas, none of us don't know what we don't know. And when we know it, we know it. Inevitably, in the middle of a project, there was a component that totally blindsided me, and I had to go back and dig up the necessary information. That's the way it is, and that was the reason I added a buffer to cover what I couldn't know. The method worked pretty well. It covered those events that came up that had nothing to do with the project, but I still needed to deal with them. Yes, they were part of my estimate, and they were the known unknowns. Yes, I knew they could come up. Yes, I knew the customer would not understand those known unknowns. Yes, I knew the customer only cared about a date they could count on because she needed it for her own planning. All understandable. At least it was for me. I remember a story tied to a training I was conducting where I described this process, and one of the participants came back and said, "I don't perform any estimate under twice the best case." He was a consultant dealing with people he didn't know. I understood his strategy all too well. There is a danger to this way of thinking, and it's all tied to Parkinson's law. And it's pretty simple. Work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. And this is how it works. You have 2 weeks to complete a task that takes a day to finish, and you see no urgency to get started. You might even go a week without even thinking about it. Now a week has passed, and the original 2-week time frame has been reduced to 1. Still, you only need 1 day to complete this task, so you are doing fine until the unknown unknown raised its ugly head. Then there are those things that you know will come your way, but you don't know in which form and what it actually is. Still, you can plan for them. What about those things that you have no clue about? Now, it might be near impossible to get that 1-day task completed, and your reputation as being reliable has gone down the drain. If the goal is exclusively efficiency, then eventually your effectiveness suffers. You pick the solution you know you will get right, and not necessarily the best solution. Sometimes you just need to explore. Can we time box it?